All right, let's get it, y'all. Shout to everybody. I want to give a big shout out. You heard? To start this off, I want to send love, right, to my family members in California, in Los Angeles. You heard? The whole, excuse me, South Central, Compton. Shout to, first of all, shout to my guy, Nath Bone. He left a marvelous message on my comments the other day. I love you, bro. Shout out to Keyway, K-Bar, Zigolo, Salo, Squally, Sicario, Compton Vario. Shout to all my Cali people. Yo, shout to Halo, you heard? Shout to Halo and shout to Jenny. And shout to Australia. I'm trying to listen, y'all. I'm trying to really stay good on my word and go live as much as possible whenever I have the time, and get back to doing this YouTube stuff. I love it. YouTube is therapeutic for me. YouTube is a good look. These lives, you know, they help people. I've always been a fan of these lives and YouTube, and using YouTube in a positive light. You dig what I'm saying? And God willing, in the near future, I can get remonetized. But at the end of the day, it's not about money. It really ain't, because I could get money all, you know, other ways. Chuck, good to see you, bro. My man Chuck Chill Out in the building. You heard? I hope all is well with you. I hope you're feeling good. I hope everything is groovy on your side of the fence. Shout to Murpho and all my loved ones in Kensington and Jersey and all that. Shout to Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth, the whole New Jersey. You heard? Shout to Camden and Atlantic City, and you know, just all the spots in Jersey where, you know, where the people is just doing what they do. Feel me? And God bless everybody. Welcome. I just said, let me go live. You know, there's so much we could talk about. There's so much going on in the world right now. You dig? You know, we could just with this buffoon that we got in office alone. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Amy? Thank you for hitting the like, man. I hope everything is good with you and your peoples. God bless you. Thank you for coming through. Good, Chuck, man. What's up, Sonia? I'm doing great, man. You know, listen, the homie is good. Thank God. You know, God is great. Every day, listen, every day I get up, it's like another adventure. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all know me. You know, I've always been a appreciative person, someone who's appreciative and loves life, and you know, once you make it, listen, if you make it to live, you know, to get to this age, you get into your 40s and your 50s, you know, God has been good to you. You know, some people don't listen. You got people that don't make it 5-10 years, you know, unfortunately. So I'm very thankful, man. You know, I've thank God I've never been shot. You know, thank God, you know, because, you know, listen, one thing about the ghetto, you know, people get shot all the time. God forbid. And unfortunately, innocent people, you know, so I'm lucky. I'm thankful and I'm lucky. Take care, Amy. Have a blessed day. God is great. You know, hopefully there's a lot of years left in my story. You know, I'm very thankful. You know, I listen. I really believe that one of the reasons that I'm here right now, one of the main reasons, is that I stopped smoking cigarettes. I really believe that. I really believe that if I did not stop smoking cigarettes, I would not be here, you know, chewing the fat with y'all. Because at that point, when I stopped smoking cigarettes, I could feel it in my body was telling me, if you continue to smoke, you're gonna die. You know, I didn't even take pleasure in smoking a cigarette anymore. I could barely breathe. I couldn't breathe anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that's the reason that I'm here with y'all, you know. And drugs too. I can, you know, 'cause even though tobacco is a drug, you know. Yo, Shots, what up, man? What's going on, Shots? How you, bro? It's my boy Shot. Yo, subscribe to his channel. You could drop your link, Shots. All of y'all could drop your links, you heard? Go right ahead and drop your links. You know how we give it up. All right, that's what's up. You out in Queens? I'll be around Queens too now. I'll be around South Jamaica and all that. Jamaica and all that. I used to live on 172nd in Jamaica. You feel me? Right on the regular Jamaica side of the border though. But you know, right there by Southside and Hollis. You could drop both of them, bro. Drop all your channels, bro. I don't care. You got 20 channels. You could drop them. You know how we do. Love is love. That's the reason I give y'all these wrenches. I give y'all these wrenches so y'all could drop your channels and you know, you don't get your head blown off in the channel. You dig what I'm saying? But like I was saying, man, the reason that why you gotta hit 50 for to go live? That's what it is. Is that how it goes? You know, I'm a dinosaur. I've been messing with this StreamYard stuff for a long time now. When I first started going live, you used to have to go do all types of stuff. Go into your settings in YouTube and do this and do that, and now you just click on the StreamYard and you get right on. Oh, you from Shadyville? All right, right. Yeah. Shout to Shadyville. You heard? Shout to Queens Village. But even when I was when I didn't live in Queens, I went to school with all these dudes from Queens. I went to school with dudes from Laurelton, Queens Village, Hollis, St. Albans, South Jamaica, South Ozone Park, just the whole Queens. I don't think there's one part of Queens that I didn't that I didn't mention right now. On that side of Queens, like on the Jamaica side, Cambria Heights, there's everything. Oh, you need 50 to unlock the live button? I didn't know that. I heard something about that. I always thought. So what you saying when you download the StreamYard app, you can't go live right away? You need 50 subscribers? Yeah, subscribe to my man Shots, man. That's my boy. Show him some love, bro. That's the homie. He been on YouTube. He supports a lot of channels. Show some love back. Henny, what up, boy? You can go. What up, Summer? You can go live from StreamYard anytime, but you have to have 50 to go. Oh, live off YouTube. Okay, all right. Cool. I got you. All right. Yeah, the Q110. I'll be over there where all the bus depot got all them buses that go through Queens and all that. I love Queens, man. I love New York. I've been around. I've been all over New York. Shout to the whole New York State, you heard? Because New York. But a lot of times people think that New York is just New York City. It's a big state. There's a lot of places in New York State that are beautiful. You know, there's a lot of countryside in New York that's beautiful and all that, you heard? Shout out to all the spots upstate that be rocking and rolling, you heard? From Rockland to YO, Mount Vernon. Shout out to Albany, Utica, Poughkeepsie, Syracuse. Shout out to the Q's. Shout to Buffalo. Shout to Rochester. Shout to Flower City, you heard? I be knowing. They closed that bus depot across from the live. Yeah, the bus depot that I'm talking about is the one by the J train. That one's still rocking and rolling. I see it all, pass it all the time. Shout to Jamaica Ave, man. Like Queens. People think Queens is just a quiet, like a residential. It is a residential. A lot of it is residential, rather. A lot of it. But it's just, man, listen, a lot of gangsters came from Queens. A lot of sturdy dudes came from Queens. You know what I'm saying? Queens is probably the most diverse borough in New York. Like there's South Americans, Central Americans, Asians, just Europeans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Like it's a lot of different. What up, David Fox? Hell no, Queens ain't soft. Man, listen, let me tell you my Queens story that I always tell people. When I was little, I hadn't been in Queens. This is before I even been to Queens like that, or even knew about South Jamaica and Queensbridge and all that. And like I said, I started going to school with dudes from Queens. Feel me? They used to take the bus to come to Grover, Cleveland. Virgo Child, what up? Good to see you. Mikey, speaking of Queens, there go the big Queens, homie, right there. You heard? Queens get the money. And like I said, I didn't, that's when I first started to meet kids from Queens, you feel me? And they was getting money, they was fly niggas, it was about their business. And that school had two sides, the Brooklyn side and the Queens side. Feel me? And one of the Brooklyn dudes got into a situation with this girl. That was my homegirl, too. I forget her name. She used to always like the clothes that I had on. So anyway, he did something to her. She said, "Yo, tomorrow I'm gonna bring niggas up here to handle you." And she came with like 4 dudes, and man, the smallest dude in the pack swung at him. He jumped into the air to swing because he was short, and the dude was tall. And he caught him, tapped him right on the chins, sat him down, put him on his pockets. Shout to Queens. GT, what up? Shout to Corona. That's a fact. Always good to see you, Virgo. Big fact. Big Queens, you heard? I used to be over there by Left Rack and all that. I used to go to school with niggas from Left Rack too. I told a story the other day about this kid I used to go to school with from Left Rack named Rasheen. He had a brother named Rocky. And this nigga was a savage with his hands, being a savage. I seen it. This dude that I know, he tried to debo him. He was old, he didn't even go to our school. He was an older dude. I ain't gonna say his name because he's cool with me. He tried to debo and bully the nigga. The nigga, yo, oh man, that gotta be the one of the worst savage beating I ever seen with the hands. He hit him with about 15 rights and 2 lefts. Because I remember he only hit him with 1 or 2 lefts, or vice versa. I don't know if it was right, left, but he was pounding him out. I'm talking about vicious. We were young boys too. We like 12 years old. Feel me? And yo, he was a kid from Left Rack named Rasheen. His brother was named Rocky. They was like Diesel even when they was little. Oh, you stopped smoking? That's what's up, Henny. Let me tell you something. Like I said earlier, me stopping smoking, it you hear me? That saved my life, man. I was on the verge of death. I could hardly breathe anymore. My body was telling me, yo, Quinn, if you don't stop, you are going to die. And when your body's telling you that, you should listen. I had chest pains, and I'm too young for all of that. This is when I was like 40 years old. Feel me? I stopped about 10 years ago, so you shouldn't be like that at 40 years old. Feel me? Yo, 1609, what up? Yeah, quit. Yeah, they stink now. When you quit, you start to really notice it. When you're active in your addiction, then you don't notice it. But Queens ain't got a lot of projects, but Queens has the biggest projects in the world, which is Queensbridge. Feel me? And people, for the people that's not from New York, when I say the biggest project, that don't mean the tallest. It means covering ground. It's like a city. Queensbridge is like a city. And Queensbridge got the projects where it's like 4 buildings in one. It's a building, they're connected. The buildings are connected. Yo, what up, Sean Little? Everybody know about, Queensbridge because, the greatest rapper in the world came from Queensbridge. And not only him, but Queensbridge produced more rappers than anywhere. I don't care what nobody says. They produced a gang of rappers from Capone and Noriega. Noriega ain't from Queensbridge, but he used to be out there with us, but he from Left Rack. I guarantee you, he know my man Rasheen that I'm talking about. I guarantee you. And their brother Rocky. Them niggas was notorious in Queens. Bars and Hooks. We could go on forever. Cormega, Screwball, Poet. Forget it. We be here for Tragedy, Gaddafi. We be here forever. There's more. Rasan Shantae. What's my man's name? Shan. Yo, what up, BC? Thank you for telling me to shut the F up. My day is incomplete unless I see it. Yo, what up, Monique? Good to see you, ma. God bless you. But yeah, nowhere in the world has produced more rappers. Not one place has produced more rappers, one projects than Queensbridge. Like I'm telling you, Marley Marl. Even though he ain't a rapper, but he's a producer. Marley Marl is in the top 5 hip hop producers ever. If you're gonna say the top 5, it gotta be Dre, Premier, RZA, Pete Rock, Marley Marl, and then the rest after that is gonna be like it'll be subjective. Those names that I said right there, you got Diamond D. I'm talking about like boom bap hip hop. You feel me? I'm not talking about like Timberland is an incredible music maker and producer. I love his music. Feel me? But you wouldn't categorize his music as boom bap. Feel me? Yeah, shout out to Shantae. That's the homie. Havoc. That's a fact. Brunswick. Salute, Brunswick. Scott Storch did a lot for Dre, and I met Scott Storch one time when I was running around Pennsylvania. He's from Pennsylvania. I went to his house. He got his family had money. He was playing piano that day. I used to run around Pennsylvania when I was like 14 years old, chasing around this girl. Yeah, Capone. I loved her. I loved that girl. Let me chill, because I'm trying to be, I'm trying to not get in trouble with YouTube. Mary Jane Rotten Crotch in her purty pink panties. But anyway, let me chill. Yeah, rest in peace, Prodigy. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yo, Scott Storch is a good dude, man. He's very giving with his money. So much so that he went bankrupt. But he's a good dude. He was messing with the Roots early on. He was he's talented though. He's made some great beats. That joint. Mikey B, you dirty dog, you. Yo, if anybody could tell me where that's from, what movie that's from? Yeah, I love the Neptunes. I'll keep you out of suspense. That's from what's the name of that the Vietnam movie? Oh, that's one of my favorite movies too. I love that movie. You heard? Full Metal Jacket. Yo, James Hart, my guy. Yes, he did. He choked on a that's a fact. Oh, I think what's his name? Scott Storch was messing with that, with that booger sugar, you heard? They might have, you never know, Monique. One thing about Prodigy, he was into exposing that the New World Order and all that. Listen, I love Prodigy. That's one of my favorite. Mobb Deep is one of my favorite. Like them. Listen, first of all, every Mobb Deep album is a classic. Every one of them. Even a lot of people ain't gonna say the first one, Juvenile Hell, but I used to have Juvenile Hell, and there was a few joints that I used to rock on there. Up North Trip, Hold Down the Fort. I got Hold Down the Fort on my playlist to this day. Yeah, he was one of the ones speaking out about all that stupidity. I love Mobb Deep. The first like, but all of them are. I wasn't crazy about the one that he put out on with G Unit, and I wasn't crazy about the last one they put out a few months ago. But anything other than that, Head Nigga in Charge, Murder Music, Infamy, Hell on Earth. These are masterpieces. The Infamous. All that, Eye for an Eye, all that. Those are, Give Up the Goods is one of my favorite songs ever. I love that song. I'm trying to tell these young niggas, crime don't pay. They looked at me and said, Queens niggas don't pay. Do your thing, I'll do mine, kids stay out of my way. Oh man, he massacred that. Noise verse, all that shit. You know my stilo. Even pack the gap when I go to see my PO. That's my shit. I love Give Up the Goods. I wish I could play the music right now, man. When y'all start talking about music, I want to play music. So, madam, a lot of people get paid or now. What? I love Big Noy. I love Illmatic too. Monique, I'm one of the biggest supporters of, exposing the elite, and I've been reading about all that stuff since the 90s. Like one thing. Shout to all my 5%ers and my God body niggas and my Muslim niggas. These were some of the first dudes putting that literature out there in the prison system, and it got to the street. Behold the Pale Horse, I'm talking about for the people in the ghetto to read, you know what I'm saying? Or the prison systems in general. Like these are dudes that are putting these. The main book of all that stuff is Behold the Pale Horse by Bill. Oh man, what's his name, bro? Listen. They killed him in a shootout. He died in the shootout with the police. So that tells you how serious he was about it. He lived his life on the run. He was continuously going from state to state. He used to run around like the lady in the Terminator with a German Shepherd and a bunch of pew pews. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy. You can listen to. He used to go live on pirate radio at night. His pirate radio broadcasts are on YouTube. You can listen to them. Feel me? That's my guy. I read Behold the Pale Horse physically about 3 times, and I've done listen to the audiobook at least 5 or 6 times. So I love Illmatic and I love Reasonable Doubt. I love them both. They both are amazing albums, in my opinion. Shout to you, James Hart. James Hart, you a good brother, man. Let me take the time to tell you that. You are a very good dude, respectful, and you are a good addition to any chat on YouTube, you heard? Shout to my man, and shout to Harlem, shout to Uptown and all that. Shout to El Barrio. You already know. Everybody knows that I used to be up there when I was little. Nas was better than Biggie. All right, it's the dude that wrote Pale Horse is the one that used to do it. And yo, he predicted the 9/11 happening. That they got that episode up here. He's like, yo, in a week or two, something really serious is gonna go on. Bin Laden, and they're gonna bust a move, and it happened. B. Like, he was, yo, that was my guy. I'll tell you right now. No, I wasn't crazy about Nostradamus. Yeah, shout to the 5%ers, you know what I'm saying? The people that really follow Puddin and all that. 'Cause that's who started the whole 5% nation, Puddin. And he rest in peace. You know, the Clarence 13X. You got to understand, I'm from New York, so I've been around God bodies since a little kid. Brooklyn had wild God bodies in it. Bushwick, Bed-Stuy. These are the neighborhoods I come from. The Ville, Fort Greene had a lot of wild God bodies in it. Shout out to all the God bodies out there. You heard? Okay, I'm good at multitasking. Let me see something. Okay. Behold a Pale Horse book. Bill Cooper, that was his name, Bill Cooper. The audio book is up there. All you got to do is the audio book is 3 hours long. It talks about everything. It talks about the Bilderbergs. The first chapter is the Bilderbergs in the book. That's the first chapter. And Bill Cooper, his parents was like high rankings in the armed forces. I think they were in the Navy, right? And he was also in the Navy, and he got around some government documents, and he was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy. This is what's going on." And then they invited him to be to become a Mason. And when he saw what was going on in the Masonic, lodges, he was like, "Nah, we're not jacking that." Shout out to East New York and the Ville. That's a whole fact. So let me I'm gonna put the thing to Behold a Pale Horse in the chat, and then I'll put the radio. But that was my guy, Bill Cooper, man. I know he died in a shootout with the police. They were chasing him from state to state, and people were hiding him, like some Terminator stuff, like the lady from the Terminator. He used to have dogs with him, German Shepherds, and firepower, and they caught up with him, and they was trying to, he wasn't going out like that. That's my man, Bill Cooper, man. Rest in peace. Like I said, a lot of God body niggas that I know, those are the dudes that put me onto that shit. My man Lee, he's God body. He was one of the first people that. Shout to my son Lee. Okay, hold on a second. Share. Copy link. I'm gonna drop the link to the book, and then I'll drop his pirate radio. They're scary though. If you listen to the pirate radio, them shits is scary. Like, he predicts all this stuff that was gonna happen. He was like, "Yo, Bin Laden, he was messing with the government, and he's gonna give it to them." Yo, I love you too, Kilo. I love you too, bro. God bless you. Rest in peace, Nene. So you gotta have that. Yeah, we could do that. Now that I'm back on, DC, we could do that. I had stepped away from YouTube for a while. But like I said, now I got a little spot in Queens, and I'm able to. What's up, Haley? What up, Giza? Now I'm able to go live. You know what I'm saying? I got the Wi-Fi rocking. Listen, I had to get everything together, man. My life was in disarray. You know what I'm saying? But I'm back at it like a crack addict on a Craftmatic. Hold on a second. You gotta see. I be trying to do too many things at once sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta just focus on one thing at a time. Okay, here goes the like focusing on dropping this link. Okay, there goes the link to Behold the Pale Horse. And now I'll do his radio show. Okay. Bill Cooper Pirate Radio. What's up, Steven? Good to see you, bro. See the Chop Shop Radio Show with William Cooper. Bill Cooper, the man who killed Truth. Like he was the man. He got a few channels, and this was before even like he got channels up here too. Bill Cooper got channels up here. So subscribe to his channel, support his stuff, man. Bill Cooper, there's mad stuff up here. Alex Jones exposed by Bill Cooper. Like he was telling you. Republicans versus Dangerous Democracy, Will Cooper. There's a lot of stuff up here. He was also a big supporter of Jesus. He loved Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So he was a gangster, Bill Cooper. Milton William Cooper, 1966 naval encounter. Let me play this real quick for y'all. Hold on a second. What's going on here?
I saw come up out of the ocean, beneath the surface of the sea, a huge disc shape.
He used to talk about UFOs. Like he was off the hook, bro. Shout out to Will Cooper, man. That's my guy. William Cooper Radio. I don't know which. Let me see. I'm trying to find the one with when he spoke about 9/11. Let me just see if I can get the. But all you gotta do is type Bill Cooper into the the stuff on YouTube, and man, a lot of stuff is gonna come up. A lot of stuff. Here, hold up a second. Man, he was a beast, bro. Yo, listen, I really hope that it doesn't keep getting crazier with concerning Iran, man. God bless those people in Iran, the civilians and those poor children that got unalived the other day. It's disgusting. Disgusting, man. They wasn't doing nothing to nobody. It wasn't bothering nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't bothering nobody. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just put his channel because he got everything. They're talking about Kennedy. Everything is on here. So I'm going to just drop the link to his channel. And all that. Free Persia, that's a fact. It's a shame, man. They all do it, though. He's not the first one to do it. Bush did the same thing when he was talking about the weapons of mass destruction and all this goofy stuff. Like, he's not the first one to do it, And God bless. Listen, one thing, I don't want to see none of our soldiers unalive, right? None of them, right? But they have a choice in the matter. They can say, I don't want to go fight that war. You might have to go do a little jail time or whatever, but they can say, I don't want to go fight in a war. The civilians, and, those are the ones that don't have a say-so in the matter. They just get killed, whether they like it or not. You feel me? And I have love for all the soldiers, you heard? But they should be focused on protecting us as American citizens. And in peacetime, our goofies in government, they shouldn't be looking to make wars to have to send soldiers to die for. Easy, what up? I'm dropping the link right now. I told y'all I'm good at multitasking. Okay, here we go. Multitasking. Okay, here we go. There you go. That's the link to Bill Cooper's channel. But yeah, you know, in times of peace, you know, the government shouldn't be looking to create problems to send our soldiers, our citizens to risk their life or get their life taken. You know, it's easy to get up there and say, you know, oh, you know, he made the speech with his USH hat. Oh, that's propaganda. That's to brainwash people. Because people are brainwashed by that shit. Do I love my country? Fucking right. Do I love the citizens? Hell yeah. But I don't love these wicked. What's up, Brielle? I don't love these wicked savages that are in office that, you know, send us to die and feed us poison foods and you know what I'm saying? I watched the thing the other day. They were saying that a lot of these fruits and vegetables, they're contaminated because they spray pesticides on it. It gets in the soil. The rain comes down with the chemicals in it. We're eating the chemicals, like, you know, like it's insane. You know what I'm saying? All right, Monique. I'm glad you found it. What's up, Bobby? I know. Yeah, they be acting up. But you know, at the end of the day, listen, man, if I gotta get, you know, sent to the block party for speaking up for the people, so be it, you know. You know. It's all good, man. Listen, everybody's welcome here. One thing about this channel, I don't indulge in whatever's going on in other channels and all that, because that's, you know, that's other people's business. We talk about what G'd Up want to talk about. You know, we're talking about fucking contaminated food. We're talking about contaminated fruits and vegetables. That's being forced down our throat. God damn it. Oh man, there's a lot of people at the block party, man. That block party is jumping. They got chicken dogs and mustard at the block party. You heard? Chicken dogs, Velveeta cheese. The block party. I used to DJ at the block party. I've been to the block party. Everybody been to the block party. Like, hello. That block party's popping, is always on 24 hours. Spicy mustard is definitely at the block party. 20 blocks long. Yep. It's 20 blocks long. Man, why? I remember the first time at the block party, a long 7 years ago. Yo, y'all want to hear a funny story? This is funny shit, right? First of all, yo, shout to Scheme Team. Yo, subscribe to my man Scheme Team's channel, right? When he first started doing his channel, this is like 7-8 years ago, right? I'm in his channel, and he used to have this weirdo dude that was blocking everybody, right? And I got blocked, and I didn't know. I ain't know nothing about YouTube. I'm in the chat. I'm typing away, and then it took me like a week to figure out that nobody could see what I was typing. I ain't know nothing about YouTube. I'm over here typing my fingers off. But yo, I don't, you know how, you know, most people, they talk into the mic. I don't do that. I type everything. I don't know why. It's just what I do. But I didn't know nothing about getting blocked and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like one person, excuse me, that been to YouTube that ain't been to the block party. You dig? Any and everybody on YouTube has been to the block party. Straight like that. Or at the very least, it's been timed out before. You dig? I remember when I first started YouTube, they got like they got options to time people out. Like they got 60 seconds, 10 minutes, 5 hours, a week, eternity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know nothing about none of that shit. I used to see people coming into the chat with like mad different, like they get blocked or whatever, or timed out, they come with another. I didn't know about none of that shit. I just learned how to make other pages like a year ago. I'm computer illiterate. Shout out to everybody, man. Listen, we gotta stop the beefing, man. We gotta stop all that beefing shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about in general. You feel me? We in serious times right now. Like look at the state of the world right now. We have a maniac in office. He does not care. He says whatever he feels like saying. He does whatever he feels like doing. He'll send people to die. He'll kill people. Like he's just a fucking maniac. Oh, block number 10 is out of chicken dogs? No good. This is an emergency of endemic proportions. We gotta go on a chicken dog run. Chicken dog and relish, baby. Can't undo a timeout, only reduce to 10 seconds. Oh, you can reduce it to 10 seconds? I didn't even know that. You heard? Shout out to everybody that got their head blown off in YouTube. Pepsi, too, Pepsi, that's a fact. That's a fact. The good old chicken dogs. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. Oscar Mayer wieners. Well, we gotta chill, man. You heard? Like we in serious times right now. We gotta come together. You feel me? You don't see none of these like you think a dude like Jay-Z worries about what they talking about on YouTube about him? Like, he got serious. You stay getting shot, but you still here. That's what's up, Top Shot. You got shots. You got the YouTube bulletproof vest. That's what it is. You heard? You got the knife proof and bulletproof vest. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, life is precious. There's so much going on in the world right now. Listen, the price of everything is up like crazy right now. Gas is insane. Food is wild expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real bad. Homelessness is through the roof. Feel me? There's a insane opiate, xylazine, narcotic situation going on. You know, we got to stop beefing with each other. God forbid there comes a day where all the stuff that's going on YouTube is minuscule. You know what? Where we really gotta come together, where God forbid the resources is in danger. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it, man. And the bad thing about this maniac doing what he's doing, right, is the people that are in danger are the civilians of America. Right? Because we don't got a fucking Secret Service that follows us everywhere, and an army and all these fucking weapons and all that stuff, right? We're not protected the way they are. You know what I'm saying? And war costs money, man. I don't know, a rocket probably costs $1 million. Yeah, the gas prices are nuts. But think about it. This idiot, the countries we're into, would they fucking make all the, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't like Trump. You know, Trump thinks that he's gonna do whatever he wants, and that other countries, he's making enemies with other countries too. Like, they're gonna help the countries he's trying to, you know, crush. You know. You know, it's just bad. Listen, just pray, man. Pray, be positive. God, like I said, man, those poor children that died in that stupidity the other night in Iran, they were schoolgirls, man. They didn't have nothing to do with nothing. They had nothing to do with nothing. But that's always what happens. Yeah, Spain. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Brunswick. You know, like, listen, man, you know, and listen, if you a Trump supporter and you still supporting him, like, come on, man. You don't see what's going on? Children are being killed, man. They're being kidnapped. Innocent people are being slaughtered. Like, how could you support that? You know, there's a lot of people that were Trump supporters when he got elected that are pissed off now, but this is what you was voting for. You voted for this. You voted for him to come snatch up your uncle and your fucking grandmother and put him in a fucking one-way ticket to Guatemala, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you voted for that. You know, I'll be watching these videos. They got one where the Spanish lady is like, Mr. Trump, I loving you, Mr. Trump. I got hoping you're gonna be the president. And in my head, I'm like, this stupid bitch. This fuck, yo, Ernesto, what up? It's always the instant I get it. I'm like, this dumb bitch. Her fucking grandfather's probably the first one that got deported. You know what I'm saying? And then listen, it don't be all types of people voted for him. Black, white, green, Chinese. So it's a lot of assholes that voted for him. Yeah, listen. One thing though, the fucking Republicans, he just handed the Senate to the government to the Democrats with all this goofy shit he did. It's Republicans that's not fucking with him. When you a Republican and your own people ain't fucking with you, you know you done fuck. You're a piece of shit. I see Morgan Freeman, right, talking about him the other day. You know what I'm saying? And he was going in on him. You know, when you got actors and athletes and people standing up and you feel me? Oh, that dude Tom McDonald, he's a piece of shit. He's a rat bastard, scumbag, piece of shit. He's a racist. I don't know, like, yo, these dudes is crazy, B. Tom McDonald, what's the other dude? Kid Rock, he's a scumbag, rat bastard. He looks like an ostrich, Kid Rock, right? He looks like a fucking human ostrich. But yeah, you got to stay away from people like this, man. They're no good. I don't care how much music they make. I don't care how much fucking songs they sing or if they can rap or who cares? Who cares? There's a million rappers out there you could like. But if you supporting these assholes, you know, you got to get your fucking head checked. You got to get your fucking head checked. People are no good. They prejudiced, they racist, and they're not even trying to hide nothing. I was watching a video the other day, one of these country western dudes, right? Shout to the country western people that are good people, you know what I'm saying? But this asshole made a song about singing about fucking, you know, minorities or whatever you want to use, the phrase you want to use. What's up, gangster? Fam, jam my lamb, scram my lamb, wham. So, but and this motherfucker had coon dogs in the video, right? The guy's like These are the doors that they used to use to chase down the slaves, and he's got them in the video for that reason. Like, how much of a piece of shit can you be to do something like that in this day and age? And anybody supporting that shit, you a fucking rat bastard, scumbag piece of shit. 2, you feel me? These motherfuckers, man, they be out of pocket. I hate that shit. Yo, Top Shots is crazy. Yeah, well, like the dude from Boys in the Hood, the one that, like I said, it don't matter. You got people that hate their own kind. Well, yo, listen, yo, James, you entitled to your opinions. Like, you know, one thing about me, I don't base my relationships with people with who they vote for, or, you know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, you know, he's killing civilians. He's sending fucking people to die. There's nothing official about that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that I would ever co-sign. Something like 150 schoolgirls were killed in that bombing, and civilians were killed, and soldiers, American soldiers, are dying out there too. So there's no way I could ever, like, why would I think a nigga like that is official? That's like 2 and 2 making 8. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. But like I said, you entitled to your own opinion. And one thing I don't do here is I don't badger people, and I don't try to impose my will on people. You feel me? But if over here is fuck a Trump. And if anybody is jacking them, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I would never co-sign that. If I was to co-sign that, that would make me a demon as big as he is. It's 100 and fucking something like 150 children, little girls, B. I don't give a fuck what the race is of the little girls. I don't care if they fucking Nigerian, Mexican, Australian. I don't care what their race is. Those are children. They were in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way I would ever fucking be okay with that. And it's not only Trump. He's not the first one to do it, but he's the one doing it now. Nah, I don't do politics either. But there's no way there's no way you can't not, see what's, it's on every TV, it's being talked about. So you gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta take a stand in this life sometimes. You gotta draw the line. You gotta say, yo, listen, this is what I'm rocking with. This is what I'm doing. I'm on this side right here. You know, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes you gotta fucking discontinue relationships with people. Like, that's how life is. You dig? And like I said, I'm not here to impose my opinion on people. What I'm saying is, I'm just putting the facts out there. And like I said, he ain't the first one to do it. Bush done did it. Henry Kissinger done did it. Fucking a ton of them done did it. Woo, fucking woo. You already know. What's up, Northwood? Shout to Northwood. Shout to your husband and all that. Your husband. Shout to NH Mountain Girl and the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Woo effing woo, baby. Shout to shout to the moose. All the mooses out there. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, man. It's terrible. You know, and I wish I didn't have to see it when I turn my TV on. Yeah, keeping us divided. That's why I don't do the Republican, Democrats. I don't care about none of that. I'm for the people, man. Like, no bottom line dollar sign, you heard? I always been like that from a little fucking baby, from a kid. I always been against bullying. I always been, I'm not saying I'm perfect, man. I did a lot of wrong in my life. A lot of wrong, a lot. I could ask for forgiveness to the day that I croak, and it probably wouldn't be good enough. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see us as a country doing good, or as a global community, because at the end of the day, just because people are in another country, that don't mean those are our brothers and sisters too. You feel me? Like I live by those ethics and those codes. That's my brother and sister in misery. Sometimes I get stressed out and then I think to myself, motherfucker, stressed out about what? I got a beautiful, clean place that I live in. I got a nice, clean bed. I got all the food I could want. Like, for what? There's people that are really suffering, that are in bondage, Unfortunately, we live in a world where the weak are preyed upon by the people that have power. And it shouldn't be like that. If you have power, you should be using your power to change the world. Not to fucking enslave and usurp the resources. I hope I said usurp. It might be usurped. I don't know. Usurp, Hussein, Saddam Hussein. But anyway, I don't know the correct pronunciation, but to usurp or usurp the resources and everything that we need, and to starve people, and I would never be for that. I'm about equality and helping people and feeding people, and fairness, and look, listen. What one of my biggest problems is the judicial system, right? The poor people get put into slavery, right? While rich people, like majority of the time, they don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? One of the few rich people that I seen that went to jail in recent times was Biden's son, the one that smokes crack. You know what I'm saying? They got pictures of the nigga with a scale, with crack on the scale, smoking crack in a jacuzzi and all that. So, they did a witch hunt for him. You feel me? Yo, what up, Hyman Hammer? That's a fact, Sean. There's a lot of people in this world, but they keep us divided. They keep us stressed out by keeping us in poverty. You know what I'm saying? When you're poor, you're trying to worry about where your next meal is coming from. You don't want to. You can't devote it to uniting and being a strong force of opposition for wickedness. Like that shit takes a back burner. It goes to the back burner. You feel me? They divide through what's that called? Chaos. They use chaos to divide people. But listen, I'm an optimist. I've always been an optimist. I pray and I believe in us as a people. And there's a lot of great people out there. There's a lot of good young people out there. And that's really, at the end of the day, I seen shout to Mel Cross. Go support Mel Cross channel, Mikey B channel, my man Smitty Brim channel. Everybody that got channels on here that's trying to do something good. If you got a channel, drop your link. But he was saying how the young are the ones that power the revolution, and it's true. The young people are the ones that got to go out there and fight and take a stand. And the old people, they're old already. I'm not saying they can't fight, but the power, the health, the strength is in the youth. And like I said, there's some great young people out there, very intelligent young people out there that have very, genius minds. And I think that they don't get the credit they deserve. I think a lot of times that, the elder people are too busy judging them and pointing down, looking down on them. And that's not a good look. I hated that when I was young. I'm not going to do that to these young. They want to be loved like anybody else, and you could listen, you could learn a lot from somebody younger than you if you wasn't being a know-it-all. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? That's who that J fan? Record what your eyes can see. Yo, I'm good. I'm Gucci, brother. Good to see you. You heard? God bless you. God bless everybody that's in the chat. I'm doing a lot more lives now. I've been really, going harder with the YouTube because, I got a place, to call my own right now. I was going through it with the housing situation. I was going through it with a lot of personal situation shit. You know what I'm saying? But God is great. Like I said, God is great. And as far as the youth, like I was saying, it's in their hands. If you 60 years old, you got less time on this earth than your time is limited. But a 17, 18, 20-year-old, like, God bless them, God willing, they got a lot of years left and they got strength and power. So we gotta encourage them. We gotta love them. I see it all the time, older dudes acting like they don't want to include young boys and stuff, or they don't want to take the time to teach a young boy. That's no good. And I listen, once or twice in my life, I did that when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was out there moving and shaking, and I used to debo certain shit and not let young boys do. And I was wrong. I should have. And I later on became, like we became family and brothers and all that. But I was wrong in that situation. Oh, on the next vacation, that's what's up. Thank you, J fan. That's what's up. Go enjoy yourself, B. You heard? Life is short. You gotta enjoy, man. You gotta really enjoy yourself. There's a big world out there. There's paradise awaits. Paradise. Shout out to everybody, man. Just live your life. Love your family. If you got both your parents, love them. You know what I'm saying? I got my mother still rocking and rolling, thank God. Feel me? My father passed away on my son's birthday, and I love and miss him. So cherish the people that, are in your life. Like I said, and especially your mother, your father, your sisters and brothers. Those are and your children. Because those are the closest to you 9 out of 10 times. And the people that you love like that, because just because somebody ain't your brother or your sister, that don't mean that you don't love them like that. There's some people that are not blood to me, but that are blood to me. Let that sink in for a minute. There's people that I love tremendously that aren't, like I said, my brother or my sister, but, I consider them as such. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, look at my nephew. I got a severely autistic nonverbal nephew that I love to death. He's my nephew, but I love him. Man, listen. That's right, love everyone. I got on the train the other day, right? And there was an autistic boy. He was riding the train by himself. And I was running to the train. I was like, yo, hold the door. And he held the door, right? And like me and a few other people got on. And when he finished holding the door, he looked at us, he went, I'm a superhero. And yo, I almost cried on the train. I was gonna cry. Because he looked like my nephew, God bless him. He was riding the train by himself. And he had, he had enough love in his heart to hold the door for us. Feel me? And yo, what they made an announcement. They was like, yo, the next stop is such and such. So if you know or whatever, he got off the train. You know, he apparently has been taking the trains for a long time, and they, you know, he knows the trains well. And God bless him, whoever he is. I love you, Papi. God bless you. You know, may God watch over you and protect you, and God bless your family. You know what I'm saying? For having the courage to let you, you know, take the train by yourself. You know, you be surprised though, man. A lot of them are geniuses. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are geniuses. They don't get the credit they deserve. Hey, yo, listen, it's been an hour. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. I'll be on a lot more. I'll try to send an alert out before I go, all right? God bless all of y'all. I love you. Spread love, spread positivity. Have a good day.